Hey guys, what is up? It is Dangeles, and welcome back to episode 261 of Constructing Los Dangeles. Whoa, sorry, I didn't mean to step on the desk. Welcome back, guys. We're here in the radio station. Just got done recording my radio show. Not really. Kind of wish I had a radio show in real life, though. That would be a pretty cool job. That would be like a dream job, man. That would be so cool to just come in and do like a 3-hour radio segment talking about like sports or something. Man, that would be a great job. But anyway, I was just chilling in here because I like this room, and I thought I'd show you guys, what it looked like if you missed my stream, because I didn't actually show the interior of this on the recap. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. I like the radio station interior, 95.3 WLD. It's cool. I said W like George W. Bush right there, but that's not here nor there. We are back, guys, on the city today. Ready to continue to make some progress. I'm still in this area of the map. I'm still here, guys. I'm not going anywhere until it's done, okay? We got interiors to do today, boys. We have some interiors we got to get done. I'm going to get started on the interior for these houses. I haven't done any of them yet. There are 6 houses. I have done 0 of the interiors. I'm going to try to do one of them today on this episode. And then I'm going to continue to grind them all out on my stream. And, we're going to get these done, all right? We're going to have these interiors finished because they need to get done because this area of the map is just so cool, and I want to finish it so we have a completed progress, whatever. Anyway, let's choose a house that we want to furnish for today. I really don't know which one I want to do first. I really don't. I was thinking about doing, the first one that I did the exterior on, this one first, but this one is just so bad. On the interior. Oh, it's so bad because I didn't double stack the walls. It's gonna be problematic in here. I didn't intend for it to be like this. So I'm probably gonna have to do this one off camera because I really don't want to have to do it on camera, right? Because the walls are not double stacked. Well, in certain areas they are, like right here. Yeah, I can double stack them right here. So let me just do that real quick. I can get this put in. Maybe we can just do the walls for this one. I won't necessarily furnish it right now, but have to double stack the windows in here, obviously, because that's kind of how I set this stuff up, right? So the windows are indented a little bit. Always do that on my houses. Been doing that since, the beginning of time. Not really. I haven't been doing it for that long. But anyway, welcome back, guys. CLD, episode 261. Thank you guys for the awesome feedback on the recap episode. I love doing the recap episodes. Those are fun. Those are genuinely extremely fun to do because it's awesome looking back at all my progress. Makes me feel happy. And then literally the second I get done recording those, the first thing I want to do is go back on and record some more and make some more videos because, the CLD grind, it never stops, never ceases to slow down. It's just going to keep on going. This train never stops. It just goes on forever. But yeah, I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna continue the theme of having these, oak wood linings go inside the house, just because, even though I'm not double stacking the interior for, most of this, for these parts here, I can do that. I can continue the theme. So, one thing that's very interesting, is that I put graffiti on this house, which was a terrible idea. And I should put some glowstone in here as well. That would be a good idea so you guys could see. Yeah, putting this graffiti on this house was an absolutely horrible idea. I'm going to completely get rid of this. Just pretend like this was never here. I mean, although I like the idea of a house being kind of like vandalized in this area of the town, I'm not doing it. It's not happening. I am going to clear that up because it is going to be a single stacked wall. If this was double stacked, maybe I'd leave it there. But ultimately, no. We're not going to do that to these poor people who live in this house. We're going to clean up their house for them because, we're good municipal workers here. So, anyway, let's get that fixed up on the outside. I love these houses. Have I told you guys that yet? I love these houses. They're so simple, so small and quaint. They just fit this area so perfectly. I can't get enough of this kind of building. This is just fun, man. It's so fun seeing the progress just come up so quick. These houses take no time at all to build, and yet they look great. What more can I ask for? Something that's quick to build, but that looks cool. You know, that's all a Dan can ever ask for in Minecraft. Although it is fun building stuff that takes like 50 years, because then you feel really accomplished. I gotta say, you know, I've probably said this before, but I felt like, you know, on top of the world when I finished that stadium after working on it for like a year. That was a good feeling. So that's what Minecraft's all about, people. You know, you gotta, once you grind something out, you're gonna feel proud of it when it's done. Get that good feeling. And you know, it just looks great. I'm gonna leave that just like the way it is. Same thing over here. I believe this is going to be the kitchen in this corner, and then here we have a living room. This looks like Franklin's house, somebody said, or a lot of people said that actually. This looks like Franklin's house, and like at first, I think I talked about this in a previous episode, but at first I didn't understand what that meant, but then I realized it, and you're absolutely right. It looks exactly like Franklin's house, which is good. That's fine with me. You know, that's what I was going for. That kind of, you know, house, right? Those small houses, like Franklin's house from GTA 5. So, because like honestly, I haven't, like, I think I've mentioned this before, but I might as well say it again. I didn't play the campaign in GTA 5, so I thought people always told me that Franklin had like a nice fancy house in like the hills. So like when people were saying this looks like Franklin's house, I was like, what am I just like, I'm trying to build, you know, I'm not trying to always build fancy houses, you know what I mean? Like can I never escape this? But nope. Upon further review, you guys are absolutely right. It does look like Franklin's house, and I'm very happy about that because that's kind of what I was going for. So, you know, the whole Minecraft Grove Street thing is you know, I have no problem with those comparisons. That's exactly what I was planning on doing when I started this area. So, yeah. Anyway, let me put in some doors here. I'm just gonna get some doors put in. Maybe I will do the furnishing on this house since it is the first one. We'll do it in the same order, maybe. But anyway, this room here is probably going to be a bedroom, I think. And then this is the hallway. And then this right here, yeah, like I said, kitchen, and little living room. So, like, that's literally all these houses need. Bedroom, bathroom, living room, kitchen. Literally nothing else. Like, that's what it is. These houses are small, people. They're tiny. They don't need anything else. Alright, so we should probably put some glowstone in this hallway as well. That would probably be a pretty good decision here, just to light this up a little bit better. Let me come check on the outside here real quick and time set night, because I know with the slabs, the light kind of like peers through the slabs a little bit. So that could look a little weird. I actually really don't mind that. I've always like noticed that, and that's like always been a thing since like the beginning of time in Minecraft, but I don't really have a big problem with it, you know, it is what it is. So this area looks great at night, by the way. I mean, I love checking stuff out at nighttime sometimes, and this area looking cool. So especially the Los Angeles sign, right? The lit up Los Angeles sign at night. That's what we're going for here, people. All right. Anyway, let me time set day here. Let's go back inside, and let's do a little bit of interior. Let's furnish this thing. Why not? In this space here, we're gonna have some couches. So I'm trying to decide how I want to do this, because you know, these couches should be small, right? They shouldn't be big. They should really not cover a whole lot of space. So I have to kind of think about how I'm gonna do this. What I might do is something like this. I'm gonna place a couple of slabs here, a couple of slabs here, a couple of green wool blocks, and maybe like 2 of those there. And that can be a couch. And then, you know, I can do another one of these right here. It's not going to give me enough space for a coffee table. But that could be like, you know, a small little thing. I could place, you know, a coffee table here, maybe. You know, like a little 3-block wide table. And that could, you know, shape this area nicely. Maybe I could put a lamp on this table. Well, this won't be a lamp. Well, you guys can just, you know, decide for yourself what that's going to be. Let's grab a cobblestone wall, and let's put a lamp right there. We'll do that. That won't melt that snow, I don't think. I think that's far enough away where it won't melt it. Hopefully, I'm right about that. And then that's kind of like what I want to do with this space. I might actually put in some carpeting in here. I might do that. You know, maybe not all around the entire room, but, you know, we'll leave 1 block on the corner, how it is, and then we'll do the rest. And then I think what I might do is grab some dark oak wood and do like a corner lining of dark oak wood kind of around the edge of the room, and I think that could look pretty good. And that will kind of like frame my little living room space here. So something small, simple like this. You know, obviously, if I had the item frames, I'd place maybe some paintings on these walls, but I don't have the access to those anymore. And I think this space is gonna look better on other houses when it's not sand, right? When we actually can double stack it. So, but this is exactly what I'm looking for. Let me just take a quick peek at what this looks like from the outside through the window. Again, yep, happy with that. Let's keep on going. In here, do I want to put maybe like a little table? Yeah, let's do a little table here, right up against this. So we'll do like a 3-block wide table. Definitely considering the Danville's anvils. Even in this part of the world, we got to add the Danville's anvils. It doesn't matter. So we'll have one of those in the corner right there. On this table, I'm thinking I might put a button. And I don't know why that represents maybe like keys or something. Who knows? Just like some small thing. And then I definitely want to get like a flower pot going up in here. So maybe like a tulip. No, you know, let's do one of these. I really like these a lot, actually. So we'll do some flowers there. That looks pretty good. Now, do I want to add like a carpet down this hallway? I could do that. Maybe like a green carpet, just like 1 block wide, going all the way down from one door to the other. Just to add something to this space. And this door leads out to the backyard, which is cool. And one thing I actually wanted to do on the backyard real quick is I wanted to make this dog hole like fairly large. I don't know if like this could be kind of funny, but don't tell anybody, guys, but we might be doing a hide and seek in this area of the map soon. Like when I get all these interiors done, I'm thinking I'm gonna holler at the Cryptcraft guys and Tyler, and we'll do a hide and seek in this area of this, in the northeast, well, like maybe Granite Street hide and seek. And I might sneakily make like a little dog hole here that I could hide in for myself. So I gotta think about these spots ahead of time, and I'm gonna have to come up with some spots for myself, some sneaky spots that you know, the boys aren't gonna be able to find out about until it's too late. So we'll definitely be doing something like that. Maybe a little dog hole there, dog dug into the ground. I don't know. But let's do a kitchen. I don't know if I want to do the kitchen right now. I'm burnt out on kitchens. I literally just did a kitchen like a second ago on another house. Not so sure I want to do another one right now. Maybe we'll save that for later. I'm gonna do this here. Let me put in this bathroom. We'll definitely do that right now. I'll probably do some polished diorite as the floor of this bathroom. And then in here we have, well, let's see, if this door's gonna be closing like that. So we'll leave this how it is. I gotta put some glowstone or something in this ceiling here. So let me do that. We'll just place 2 glowstone blocks right there. That'll suit us well. All right, and then where are we gonna put a bed? That's like the next question that needs to be answered. I'm thinking about actually putting this door up against this wall instead. That way it gives me a little bit more space for a bed. I used to have like really big issue with having like a door right up against a wall that wasn't like, it doesn't have like something coming out of it. So that I've gotten over that. I think it's just more about me like being more interested in saving space now. So we'll definitely be doing something like that. Let me get a bed real quick. I'm gonna stick with the green theme that we've been going with. So let's do that. So I'm gonna do maybe like a 3x2 bed. I don't know if that's gonna be big enough. And then like the night table next to that, and maybe on the night table we can put a flower, cause why not? We'll do a red tulip. Put it on the bed. That's a small little looking bed. Maybe we'll make this 3x2 or 4x2 instead of 3x2. Yeah, that's a little bit better. All right, so we have that. And then of course on this wall here, we're gonna need to do like a dresser of some sorts. So let's put that in. Probably end up doing something like this as the dresser. There's a bunch of different ways I've done this in the past. Maybe I'll do, maybe it turns like this, maybe, I don't know. Oh no, that's a slab. I was wondering why that wasn't working. So maybe we turn this like that. Thing is, I would love to do it like that, right? but then it shows the other block on the other side. Actually, I don't really have a big problem with that. So that'll be our dresser. Small bedroom here with the bathroom over in this corner. And the bathroom, again, I'll do this as well right now. We'll get it out of the way. We're going to need, let me get all my bathroom materials here, my basic bathroom materials. We'll get all that stuff. We're going to need to fit a shower, a toilet, and a sink in here. So this is going to be a little bit of a challenge. What I'm thinking is doing the shower here in this corner maybe. Like a little corner shower. That doesn't really matter whether it goes all the way over or not. Let's do it like this. Let's have the shower go here in this corner. And I'll take that there. And then what I'll do is I'll have some white stained glass. We'll kind of have this run through. And then turn. And then I think this will look pretty good. Yeah. Might actually just quickly switch this out for some slabs here. Put that oak plank back and that sand back. That's just a detrimental block to break right there. I have to fix it with 2. And then I'll put the shower head right there. Actually, we'll put up 1 extra block. Shower head. And then we got to fit a toilet in here. We got to fit a sink in here. It's tough. It's not a huge space. Maybe we have to make the shower a little bit smaller. I'm not really sure. I'm thinking that I can put the sink right here. Like a small sink in this corner. And then I can put the toilet here. And it's just going to have to be like kind of crammed there. So that's probably how I'm going to do it. Maybe I'll do this instead. Just so it's so there's like more of an opening to the shower there. So we'll probably have to do something like that. It's a little cramped in here for sure, but that's how it goes sometimes. Let me grab some cyan carpet. Let's put a little carpet down right there. And that's pretty much how I'm gonna leave this. So it's a small bathroom. It's not big, but it works. It fits the space just well enough. So we got that. So we got the bedroom, the bathroom. We got that put in for this house. Really, the last thing I have to do for this house is the kitchen. Maybe just a little bit more detailing and stuff like that. But you know, that's kind of like what I'm going for with these interiors. So we have kind of one of these out of the way. I'm gonna work on another house today. I want to do kind of the walls for another one, maybe this one. But before I do that, I want to get to today's question of the day, which is a question that was very popular in the comment section from last episode. And that question comes from Fun Pixel. And the question is, if LD was real, which flower pot coffee shop would be the most visited? Great question. Had to answer it. Everyone was like, Dan, please answer this. I'm doing it for you guys. I know exactly which one is the most popular. The most popular flower pot coffee shop in Los Angeles is the one on the plaza. It has to be. It's the corner of the plaza. Look at how many office buildings and apartment buildings are in this area. All these people are going to wake up in the morning and go across the street and get coffee. People are going to be getting coffee before they go into the office for the work day. This place is going to be rocking in the morning. This place is just cramped in the AM. So it's got to be this one. There's a lot of flower pot coffee shops in Los Angeles, but there's no doubt in my mind that this is the most visited one. Great question there, Fun Pixel. Let's fly back over here and continue building. All right, so we're going inside of this house right now. Let's figure out the interior for this particular house. All right, I'm gonna do no, I'm not. I'm gonna do an acacia wood floor for this house. I'm gonna grab some swiftness. I'm gonna fill this in real quick. And then what I'm gonna do is decide what block I want to choose for the walls. And that's what I'm gonna do for this house. I'm not gonna do anything else on the interior for this one because it's gonna take a minute. So let's get this floor put in here. Let's figure that out for the first thing. But these houses are all gonna have templates, right? They start off with the floor. They all have the pre-planned floor ideas, right? So we have the floor plan put in already on each one of these houses, which was just a huge play by me, making sure that I paid attention to that when I was doing the exterior. I can't emphasize that enough when you're building houses, big or small. Make sure that you put the floor plan in while you're building the exterior of the house. Don't wait until all the walls are put in and then you go inside and there's just a big blank space. You got to make sure you plan it out. It's just going to make things so much easier. Like all I'm doing now, that I have the houses built in, right? I'm just following a template. Like, I already have what I need. You know, this is going to be a bathroom, a bedroom, nice big open space with like a living room. And then we have over here, we have a kitchen and another bathroom. And it's like, it's all ready for me. I know exactly what to put in. I know exactly what I need to build. It's super, super simple. One thing I do need to check in just a second here once I get these floors put in. If I can actually get these put in properly, I'm literally misplacing blocks like I'm Tyler right now. But anyway, let me get these blocks put in here. One thing I actually completely forgot about on this build is that there's a fireplace on this wall. And I need to kind of connect that to the interior. So maybe I actually have to alter this in here a little bit. Maybe I'll get rid of this couch and then open up some space for this fireplace. Yeah, that is something I definitely need to do. I'm sure many of you guys are probably like screaming at your computer monitor while watching this saying, Dan, don't forget about the fireplace. Don't worry, guys, I remembered. Even if it took me 20 minutes, I remembered. So I'll definitely come back in here later and get this fireplace put in for sure. It'll be simple. It won't be that taking up that much space. I'll probably keep it real simple. Like, I'll do something like this. I'll just have some bricks come down through here. And I'll just have, like, some, I don't know, maybe, what are these things called? Some iron bars going across the front here. I'll put some, what is this stuff called? Oh, man, I'm always forgetting. Some nether rack. There we go. Put some nether rack right there. Just keep it real simple. And you know, not taking up way too much space. So that's probably something I'll do for this. I'll, you know, refine the rest of this later. Maybe I might just like leave it really simple and just do something like this. Just kind of like literally that'll be the fireplace, and then I can do some stone slabs over top of that. And then I can put the fire in there. So it kind of like looks like it's dark in there, which might actually add to the theme. Because fireplaces aren't like necessarily the brightest thing in the world. Like, they're kind of dim. Oh, that looks great. All right, so we'll do something like that. That'll be our fireplace. I'm not going to leave these things lit, though, because I do, you know, I'm always scared that things are going to burn down. So I'll just leave it not lit. But got to make sure don't forget about the fireplace. So anyway, coming back in here, let's decide what block we want to do for the walls of this house. That's a tough one, really. It is. I don't know. Like, I don't really have an idea. I was thinking about doing, like, wood. You know, there's plenty of different options I could go for. Maybe some granite. That's an option. Maybe one of the wools. I could use some cyan wool or some brown wool. Maybe I'll grab those blocks too. I could honestly use, you know, white wool for like the bathroom walls maybe. So I can maybe just mix up, have a bunch of different colors. Let's grab the oak wood as well. So all right, let's just give this a chance here. So for the bathroom walls, let's do some white. We'll get that put in. One thing I definitely need to, you know, get out of the way is putting the ceiling in. Let's get that put in real quick. So I believe on the other houses I have 4 block tall ceilings. Just want to confirm that real quick. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we got a 5 block tall ceiling in here. All right, well, that's a step up. So let me do a 5 block tall ceiling in this house. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the ceiling is going to be here, which is interesting. Because of, I guess with the double stack, I guess that's not really an issue. So yeah, that's fine. We'll do these ceilings 5 blocks tall. I guess I knew what I was doing previously, so we're good. Let me get this all filled in here. We'll put the ceiling in, get that figured out, and then we'll finish putting the walls in. And then that's where I'm going to do, like, that's what I'm going to finish up today. And then of course on my stream, like I said at the beginning of the video, on my stream I am going to be grinding out the interiors this weekend, getting as many of them done as possible. You know, in a perfect world, you know, I'll have this entire area of the map done by like May. That could be a goal we could go for. What's today's date? April 15th. We got half of April left to kind of get this area done. So this is gonna be like the moment of truth for me this next like 2 weeks, because I have like literally 2 weeks left in my school semester. Got a crap ton of schoolwork to do. And then on top of that, I'm going to be working on this area of the map, trying to get that done by May. Oh, I'm not going to have any time to sleep. It's going to be full-blown grind time, but I'm ready to do it, guys. I'm excited. All right, so let's give this a try here. Let's do some oak wood walls for this part of the house. we're gonna give this a chance here. So let's take that and fill that across. Same thing over here. Take that down, and then in here again, like I said, bathroom, which is good. For this space here on the kitchen, I think I'm gonna go with some granite. Kind of mix that in. So I think the theme you guys might start to see coming in here is a bunch of different blocks. I'm gonna be using like 3 or 4 different blocks for the interior of this house. Not just one theme, you know, like you've seen me do before with the, you know, the light gray wool. No. We're gonna be using a bunch of different blocks throughout the entire area of the house. I'm gonna do some more oak wood going across here. Take that and fill that in. And then I guess since this is like the front that's actually not double stacked, it's the part that isn't. I guess it's probably wise for me to just do this in sand. All right, and then of course that'll be sand as well right here. Get that filled in around the corner, and then this is going to be oak wood going across. Same thing over here. Continue the oak wood theme, and then the bedroom bathroom combo can be either the cyan or the brown wool. We'll decide on that in a second. What do we want to do here? Maybe this will be the brown wool wall. Do some brown wool along this wall. Maybe that could look pretty good. We'll have to wait and see, right? We'll get the whole thing put in, and then we can kind of make these decisions afterwards. All right, so let's get this put in. There we go. So we have that. So like just like that, this is already looking pretty nice. Kind of take a little archway across there. Obviously, I'm gonna have to, you know, figure out what I want to do with this space here. I'll figure that out in a second. And then of course we'll take this down right there, and this is gonna go down as well. 3 blocks. So in here, let's get this finished up. Let's do cyan for this room. Let's give this room a blue theme for the bedroom. I think that could look pretty nice. So we'll get that filled in here. And then, of course, the bathroom will be the same as the other part of the house. The other bathroom, we'll do the light gray wool. So I'll probably take across the wood, because the wood's kind of like the main block in the house, and then, you know, everything kind of just goes off of that. And then this last room here, we'll fill it in with white, and we will be absolutely looking good. This house is looking great. This is, again, like I said, the biggest house in this area of the map, the biggest house on Granite Court. So I kind of wanted to do this one today for you guys because it was the biggest one. So bathroom, bedroom, you know, main room here, kitchen, and then the powder room off the kitchen. Perfect, looking great. Last thing I would like to do is take some acacia wood, and this matches the floor. This is why I'm going with the acacia wood. I'm gonna do the same thing that I did on the other house, kind of have like the trim around the ceiling here, just to cover up some of those like weird parts. That way they're kind of like, you know, not in the way. And here I actually don't have to do it. Same thing in there, so we can leave those walls normal. Let me see what I have to do over here. I believe this one is okay as well. Yeah, the only thing I have to do is just take some acacia wood running across through here, 3 blocks. And that will just about do it. Let me just quickly grab some, maybe some quartz and some oak planks. Take that across here, and that'll be a little archway. I might actually not make that as big. Maybe make that 3 blocks instead of 4. But yeah, that looks pretty good. That's kind of like what we're gonna go for. I'm still trying to decide if I want to make this taller or not. I think that's good how it is. But anyway, guys, this is gonna be kind of like the living room space, kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, bathroom combo over there. And that's pretty much what we're doing for this part of the house. So I just have to figure out where the fireplace is, and like that's like the last thing I have to do. Okay, so it's over here along the kitchen. I might actually move the fireplace back here in between these windows. Is probably what I'm gonna do. But I will do the rest of that on my stream or off camera, depending on what I do. So with that, guys, I'm gonna conclude today's episode. Thank you very much for watching episode 261 of Constructing Los Dangeles. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be back in a few days for episode 262, where we'll just continue to grind out this area of the map. But we're getting so close, right? We pretty much did almost an entire interior today. We got started on another one. I mean, we're just like that, one episode, and we're already making a big chunk of progress in this space. So, thank you guys for watching. It's been Dangeles. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy watching it. If you did, give this video a like rating, and I will see you guys on episode 262. Have a good day, guys, and peace out.